Hi, Princess Lily here with another Transgirl CNC, where we talk about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. So, it's a new month, and that means a new previews book. That's right. That's our monthly previews episode, the episode where I tell you what I'm getting and what's coming out in the next couple months that I think you should also get as well. It's generally about 4 to 5 comics. I will never suggest anything to you that I am not getting myself, because I just believe that's how it should be. If I'm not getting it, why would I suggest it? More or less. But let's get right into it. Straight away, it's our honorable mention, RoboCop from RoboCop Citizen's Arrest from Boom Studios. It's a RoboCop comic. That's really all I can say about it. If you like the RoboCop movies, I love the RoboCop movies, then get it. If not, then don't. That's kind of really all I have to say about that. So, let's move on to our top 4 comics I'm suggesting. Starting with number 4 from 7 Seas Entertainment. It's a manga called If It's For My Daughter, I Would Even Defeat a Demon Lord. The artist is Churlo, and the writer is Churlo, and the artist is Hota, which are obviously pen names, so I can't really give you the actual names, so I apologize for that. But I can tell you what it's about. It's about a famed adventurer, pretty well known, who is on a mission in the deep, deep woods, and he comes across a young demoness who is wasting away. She's on the verge of death, and instead of killing her like he normally would, he instead takes her home and becomes her adoptive father. And he soon discovers that he just loves being a dad and being her dad, and it sounds so totally cute. Now does mention the mysteries of why was she abandoned in the first place, why does she have the mark of a criminal, but my main focus is just how cute the entire premise sounds, and that's what I'm personally excited for. So once again, that is If It's For My Daughter, I'd Even Defeat a Demon Lord from 7 Seas Entertainment. Check it out. On to number 3 is Analog from Image Studios. In 5 years, the security of the internet will be totally destroyed. It'll be totally worthless. And so, people will no longer send sensitive emails or secrets via the internet. Instead, they're given to armed couriers known as Ledgermen. Sorry, totally forgot. And we focus on one such Ledgerman, a human punching bag by the name of Jack McGinnis. He's got a briefcase in one hand and a gun in the other, and he'll do what he has to do to protect the information he's given. But danger's around every corner, and Jack has to be careful because he is partially responsible for the attack that turned the internet into, the internet security to basically worthless. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that story goes and exactly what he did or exactly what happened. I can't wait for it. I just like the fact that they mention him as a human punching bag, and the art looks really gritty noir, so I'm definitely all about that. So once again, that's Analog from Image Studios. Moving on to our number 2 spot. Now this is called Black AF from Black Mass Studios. It's a part of the Black universe that Black Mass Studios has created, starting with Black and then moving on to the other comics. But this is Black AF, Widows and Orphans by writer Kwanzaa Oyefo and artist Tim Smith. Hopefully I didn't mess the first one up too much. So characters that we've already met, Anansi and Hoodrat, are basically investigating a human trafficking ring, because this is of course a world where only black people get superpowers. And so there's a huge traffic ring about, ferrying children along or people who haven't yet come into their own and selling them, extorting them. And that's what they're trying to, ferret out is, who's at the head of it, who's, behind it, etc. and what they can do to stop it. Their journey will take them across the country, and they'll come in face to face with dark histories of pasts, of child abuse, of child soldiers, and broken families. So it's going to be interesting. One thing I like about the Black series is the parallels to actual just life and how having superpowers inside of that conflict, how it changes things. It makes it a little more volatile, I guess. Other than that, the writing on those are just really good. And the art it's interesting. It's not my favorite in terms of art, but I've really just enjoyed the series as a whole. So I'm really hoping this one is going to be just as good. That's Black AF, Widows and Orphans from Black Mass Studios. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like that one. Alright, moving on to our number 1. Now, this one sounds kind of whimsical too, but also sort of mysterious. There's a train. It's called Skyward. It's also by Image Comics. The writer is Joe Henderson, and we have 2 artists on this title, a Lee Garbett and an Antonio Fabella. I probably mispronounced that, but that is what that is. So, imagine this, if you can. One day, Earth just suddenly loses a ton of gravity. Gravity on Earth becomes a fraction of what it is. And so, people have to get used to that. And 20 years later, they do. They get totally used to this low gravity reality that they're stuck with, because what can you do? And the main character, whose name is Willa Fowler, was born just after what is called G-Day. And basically, this has been her whole life, and she loves it. Like, humans are used to this and whatever. I'm not sure how, because we know that in a low gravity environment, human anatomy and such will change. So what they've done to make it, normal, I suppose is the way I would put it, or consistent is probably a better way to do it, is something I'm interested in. I want to know just tons about this world, so I hope they do a lot of world building. It'll be really great. But Willa, loves this world. It's the world she knows. Like, you can fly, and that's amazing. You can also, potentially die if you jump too high. So, don't do that. And don't discover a plot to bring gravity back to Earth. Like, that's apparently the story, is that she's going to discover a plot to bring gravity back to Earth. And it's a dangerous plot, so she's going to be hunted for her discovery about this plot by the people obviously planning it. And I want to know, what the ramifications are of returning gravity to Earth. Because there has to be. Are there floating cities because of this low gravity? Will it have an adverse effect on the people and their biology if they return gravity to Earth? Like, what's the deal? What's going to happen? So I have so many questions, and I'm just so excited about the possibilities of this particular comic. I love it. Skyward from Image Comics. It looks really great, and I'm just super duper down to read it. Yeah. And that's it. That's everything. There is, I will mention just offhand, kind of another honorable mention. There is another manga that I'm excited for. It's called Eclair Nana in Hibuku. Totally mispronounced that. It's a Yuri anthology, which means cute lesbian girl love stories, and I am totally excited about that. But that's just me. I don't know if anybody else is going to be super jazzed. I am. So, yeah, that's everything. I don't know what else to talk about. Nothing to talk about. So we're going to end the video here. What are we going to talk about for our main video? Well, we'll see. Maybe Hulk. I'm thinking Hulk. But, once again, I don't know. Kind of want to talk about All New Wolverine again, because Orphans of X just wrapped up. But maybe I'll give All New Wolverine just a little more time. Especially since they're going to start getting into the old woman Logan stuff. So, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that I talk about, and so I'm kind of narrowing it down. Oh, real quick, because I didn't do this for anybody last time, Legend of Korra, Turf Wars Part 3 comes out in June. It's on the order form for this month, so if you are about Legend of Korra and you love that comic, order it. Order it fast, order it soon, before the month's out, because this is when they're taking orders for it. I'm not sure why they're doing it so far out. I don't know. So, that's that. Anyway, I'm Fire Princess Lily, and until next time, love comics, love cartoons, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.